Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm at Canyon Lake practicing for a midweek tournament, but I want to talk to you about something else, give you an opinion piece. I'm going to give you an opinion on what I think the fishing is like in Arizona right now. When I mean right now, I mean in the last year, maybe the coming year. It's been fantastic around the state. And let me just add to this. I've been fishing in Arizona for 40 years now, and there has never been a better time where the fishing has been better, and that's the honest God truth. Now, there's a couple standout areas, like, for example, let's talk about Lake Pleasant. I'll start with Lake Pleasant. Lake Pleasant is fishing really good right now. You don't catch a huge number of fish, but man, those fish are quality at Lake Pleasant. It shocks me. Of course, in the mid-90s, when they filled the lake up, there was that new lake effect for Lake Pleasant. And, you know, we're never going to see those days where guys are catching 10 and 11 pounders. But you can go out there now and catch 3.5, 4 pounders. Guys are catching 5 pounders. Midweek had a summer day tournament where 3 5-pounders were caught. That's good fishing for Lake Pleasant. So we're very, very lucky. Lake Pleasant is doing fantastic. What about, let's go up the chain. Let's start at Saguaro and go to Canyon and Apache and then Roosevelt. Come on, Saguaro is a fantastic fishery. Holy cow. It is the best it's ever been. Now, it's been this way for the last couple of years now, mind you, okay? So it's not just right now, but in the sum of it, right now the fishing is just fantastic at Saguaro. I don't see any end in sight on that. The largemouth can survive golden algae blooms, you know, at least most they do. It's fantastic. So, man, Saguaro is just amazing, and we're so lucky. So we got 2 lakes that are fishing really good right now. Well, let's talk about Canyon. Well, I'm not sure about Canyon. I struggled up here 10 days ago, and I'm fishing today, and I only caught 1. But, you know, who knows what's going to happen with Canyon in the future. I would say it's the least interesting lake, but we're going to put in some habitats starting in 2026, so maybe that'll help with the reproduction of the fish, and things will get better at Canyon. Well, what about Apache? Apache is just fantastic, and it has been for the last couple of years. I know, like last summer, guys would go up there and catch 24 pounders off a couple points, just fish after fish, including some 5-pounders. This spring I caught a 10-pounder there. Fantastic. I also had days of catching over 50 fish on jerkbaits in the spring when they were up shallow, and then I went back a few days later and caught 35 fish. It's amazing, and it's fishing well. We're so lucky that Apache is back online, and Apache's only going to get better, especially in wintertime fishing when we get the smallmouth. So we are just having a fantastic time at Apache. Then there's Roosevelt. Gosh, just yesterday somebody caught a 15.57 pounder, I think. Incredible. It's an incredible fish. It's a giant. And that's just one of the many fish that people have caught over 10 pounds on the lake this spring. 10 pounders, 11 pounders, and another midweek guy, Raymond Bates, caught a 10-pounder that beat my 10-pounder in total weight. It's crazy. And you can go up there and you can catch the heck out of them. Now, we have to talk about that lake a little bit because the water's dropping out, and that's moving those fish around. So we're going to catch those fish again. So that's going to be fantastic. One last thing to note is that if the lake keeps shrinking and we don't get any water, the size of the fish at Apache will shrink. This is how it's always been for the 40 years. But as soon as that lake fills up, it's going to get fishing great again. And the reason it's fishing so fantastically great, as is Apache and Saguaro, is because the game and fish put Florida strain bass in there. They're just bigger fish, and we're seeing the results of that. So again, the game and fish has done a fantastic job. We're seeing the results. It's taken maybe a decade or more, but it's happening. So that, okay, messing with my troll motor and the lighting and the sun and all that. But so that's Roosevelt, and it's going to be fantastic. Another lake that got filled up. So let's talk Alamo. Same thing. The water rose in that lake 20-some feet at the time, and the fishing just exploded because of all the nutrients in the water, better areas for those fish to spawn and then protect their fry. Just fantastic. You know, in the last 2 years, Alamo has been fished better than it has for the 15 years before that, as far as I'm concerned. And I think I'm pretty wise on how Alamo fishes. So that's another case where the water filled up, made the spawning grounds better, the food sources better, and boom. So that's fantastic. So I've covered most of those lakes. Then there's San Carlos. San Carlos is back online. People were catching the heck out of good fish in the spring this year. I haven't been there. Water's coming back out, but oh man, you can also go to San Carlos and catch the heck out of fish. So that lake is back online, and that was a big deal to me. That's what really triggered my thinking on this whole Arizona's doing fantastic again. Then let's talk about the river lakes. Powell, Mead, Mojave, Havasu, and Parker, and then all the way down. Those lakes are fantastic. The smallmouth in there have exploded over the last decade and a half. We all know that. But I can't believe, these lakes, how well they're doing. Yeah, maybe Powell are not so big. We can catch the heck out of them. Mead is sort of coming back. Weights are going up at Mead, I guess. Awesome. And then, what can you say about Mojave? Just giant fish. And super clear water. I mean, we're so lucky. That's only 4.5 hours drive away. That's amazing. And there's Havasu, what might be on a little downturn for some reason, but then there's Parker Strip. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how awesome that is. Look, I'm fighting. All right. So I think the fishing is as good as it's ever been in Arizona. So if you're a fisherman, get out there and enjoy it. Learn all the lakes, fish them all, and just enjoy what we have. We are very, very lucky. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you soon.